All right. We are live, everybody, with the instructors. Go ahead and say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, hello, hello.
All right,
Welcome.
we is. Oh, go ahead, Katie.
Oh, you go ahead, Morgan. I like it. You're like the Wizard of Oz. It's the disembodied voice that talks to all of us.
Pay no attention to the man behind the Zoom.
That's right.
All right, we have the adult jazz camp instructors. We have Katie, Marty, Steve, Howard, Clint, and
That's
Dan.
right.
They're all online here. We're going to be playing some videos for you guys since we are in a pandemic, so everything's done remote. So what better way to celebrate all the instructors by sharing some remote videos? What do we got first,
Yeah.
Katie?
Our first video is a video we made for the camp for the purposes of doing a Music Minus One video. So we recorded this in our own homes, starting with the rhythm section, myself and Steve and Marty. And then we added John Royan. I think this was his first remote video that he ever made. So we had to help him out a little bit, but he did a great job. And then we added the front line. And then for educational purposes, I put these videos on YouTube taking out individual musicians. So if you're a clarinet player and you want to play along with our band, you just pull up that video and you can play along. And we also did one where it's just the rhythm section. So if you're a frontline player and you want to play 20 choruses, guess what? You have a rhythm section playing a bunch of choruses for you. So this will be the complete version of that video, so you can hear all of us playing together as it should sound.
All right, here it comes. right, and we're back, everybody.
I think that sounded pretty good for all of us playing. One thing I did want to mention right now, and this just came up today. If you missed the camp, and you or maybe even some of your friends missed the camp, and they would still like to have access to all the materials, you can still sign up for camp. So we're leaving that. Is this correct, Morgan? Because we just worked this out like literally hours ago.
Yep, all of the pre-recorded, all of the live classes and the pre-recorded videos classes are all going to be uploaded and available on YouTube for those that register for the class. So you have to sign up to get links to those, but they're available right now. So if you'd like to sign up, you can go to the website. And then also I wanted to add that if you go to the website and you click on the donate button and you donate any dollar amount to the San Diego Jazz Fest, that money will be considered tips for the instructors today. So you're welcome to go ahead and tip the musicians if you like.
That's nice. Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate that. We all appreciate it. So let's see. For our next video, I'm going to have Steve introduce this because this is Steve's real video.
Yeah, well, Katie was working hours and hours and hours putting together everything for the camp. And she asked me if I wanted to do a trio number with Dan, who I think she volunteered for this. And so in order to take some of the heat off of Katie, she asked me if I would put together an arrangement or something. So I didn't arrange it. I just, I came up with the routine. And when I think trio, I think of the Benny Goodman trio, and I love that thing that they do with Nobody's Sweetheart. So my initial thought was I'm going to try to put together that routine. And I realized right away that that was going to be a little ambitious for this format to doing it over the internet. So it's a very simplified routine of Nobody's Sweetheart with Dan and with Katie on the guitar.
All right, here we go.
One, two, one, two.
Thanks for doing that, Steve. I always like to hear a drummer drive a little group like that. I think that's really nice.
That was a blast. Yeah, thank you.
For our next video, I'm going to turn it over to Marty because this comes to us from the West Coast Ragtime Festival, which he is very much involved in. So can you tell us a little bit about the next video, Marty?
Yes, this video was made for the West Coast Ragtime Festival virtual version, which aired just the weekend before the San Diego Festival. And our friend in St. Louis, TJ Muller, this was kind of one of his segments for that festival. And Virginia, my wife, and I happened to be in St. Louis at that time. And so we did this video together. And TJ has been to the camp on banjo and piano as a student, and he's playing cornet on this video, as you'll see. And Virginia has been to the camp, as many of you will remember, on drums, and she's playing drums on the video. And it's a great tune called Big Chief Battle Axe. And I think TJ may actually be introducing the tune as well on the video. Here we go.
Hi folks, so the following number is entitled Big Chief Battle Axe. It was composed in 1907 by Thomas S. Allen. I've been interested in this tune ever since I heard those great versions from the 1940s by the wonderful New Orleans trumpet player Bunk Johnson. I had a lot of fun messing around with this piece with Marty and Virginia, so I hope you enjoy it too.
That was great, and I know there are a lot of videos from the West Coast Ragtime West Coast Ragtime Festival and Society on YouTube. Is that correct, Marty? So
It is, yes.
So I know if you go to It's westcoastragtime.com. They can learn more about that. Is that correct?
I think that's right. I didn't memorize the site, but that sounds right. If you search for those words, you'll find it.
Okay, great. So our next video is really interesting. It was a brand new song written just this year by Don Neely for his Royal Society Jazz Orchestra. And I would like to take a little poll among the instructors right now. If you have played with the Royal Society Jazz Orchestra, please raise your hand. I have not. Now, the Royal Jazz Society Orchestra is a San Francisco institution. They've been there for, I don't know how many years they've been in operation. I just know there are pictures of Howard with dark hair and a clean-shaven face playing trombone with Don Neely when he looks to be about 14 years old in those photos, so I don't even know.
I was never that young.
Well, I wanted to share this because it's really interesting. I believe, and Steve and Marty, you can tell me more about this, but was this written during the pandemic and recorded?
No.
Okay.
No, it goes back a little ways. I don't remember what his inspiration was for it, but we've had it in the book for a while, but it seems to fit in real well with the theme of today.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at this, and you'll see that Marty is playing string bass, and Steve is the drummer,
And two of Howard's nephews are in the band now.
That's
So
right.
bringing down the average age of the orchestra quite significantly.
so let's
It's an
take a look at
invasion.
this. Nicely done. I really like hearing large ensembles like that. And from what I understand from the chat, that someone was asking if Don Neely wrote the arrangement. Yes, he did. And hopefully we'll be able to catch that band again at a festival when the pandemic's over. I know you guys usually come to Monterey. It's where I always see the Royal Society. So hopefully we'll be able to do that again sometime in the future. Let's see. So next up, this is something we talked about a little bit at camp, was making a cappella videos. So this next video is an a cappella video that Marty, Clint, and I made with Heidi Arnott, who's a singer. She was also a piano player at the camp for a few years. You may recognize her. And I would like to encourage all of you, if you haven't yet, to try using the a cappella app, because it's a lot of fun and it allows you to record with your friends, remotely and safely. Right now, you can only do a cappella on an iPhone or an iPad, but I understand there's some other programs that work for the other kinds of phones that are out there. But just think about that. Think about doing one of your own, and let's take a look at us playing "Ain't Misbehavin' with Heidi."
No one to walk with, all by myself. No one to talk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. I know for certain the one I love, I'm through with flirting. It's just you that I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, saving my love for you. I like Jack Horner in the corner. Don't go nowhere, what do I care? Your kiss is all I've been waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late. Don't cut it go. I'm home alone, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving,
So I hope a lot of you will try making an a cappella video because I think they're a lot of fun, and you can download that app for free and give it a test run, and then if you really like it, you can buy it. I think on the free version, you can only do about a minute or two of recording, something really short. But you can test it and see how it works, and then maybe think about making some of those videos with some of the friends you made at the camp. All right, I think the next video is also an a cappella video, and I'm going to have Clint talk about it because it's one he did recently.
Yes, indeed. We have been using the a cappella app for many recordings, including my band that plays had been playing at Cafe Baroni. We missed our 30th year this year because of the pandemic. We've been there since 1990. So we took to the a cappella app, and through that process, I've broken out and done a few of my own. One of my good friends I've known since the mid 1990s was Sarah Spencer. She's a great dynamic musician from England. She plays the saxophone and clarinet and sings. And I was, sometimes with tunes, you have an itch you want to scratch. You want to play a tune. You can't get anybody interested in playing the tune for whatever reason. Maybe in this case, the tune's kind of corny and people don't know it. But I decided I wanted to do it. Sarah was definitely interested in adding a clarinet part, kind of in a swing New Orleans dance hall style. And the song's called "Sweetheart of Sigma Chi." It's from 1911. And it's one of the other good things about the song is it's delightfully public domain. So you can do what you want with it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. This is it originally was also just one more thing. This song was originally written in waltz time. So I took it and put it in 4/4 time to make it as a swing New Orleans type number. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and thanks so much. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
a couple times this weekend that Clint played every instrument, so I thought you should see that. So that was another reason I asked him to share that video with everyone. So I think I've seen Clint play every instrument except piano. That's the only one I haven't seen. So John Royan, you're safe. We have actually been joined by John Royan, and we'll get him out here in a minute. He's just got home from work, so you'll get to see him in his captain's outfit and everything. It's great. But at this point, I want to turn it over to Howard to talk about the Owl Brothers Jazz Band and a song we did with them.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, this was a fun tune to do. If you look at the different squares, you'll notice that Katie and I have our reading faces on. We've got about 3 pages of music we're kind of doing a serious roadmap with. And because we recorded first, it had to be right the first time for everybody else. One program note, you notice I'm playing a really large old Martin tuba. And to get it to sound like a real tuba, I had to go to the back of a 12-foot hallway. And that's the site you're seeing there. And we had the microphones about 15 feet away, just so it'll sound like a tuba. It's wonderful. We've got a special guest, Bree Skongberg, with us, and of course Owl Brothers. And well, you'll see this. This is going to be absolutely fun. Here it is.
fun to do, and I can't wait until we can play festivals again and see Bria and Chloe and Danny Coots and the Al Brothers and all our friends that we haven't gotten to play with in a while. This weekend was a busy weekend for John Royan. He's actually Captain John Royan. He does a swamp tour in New Orleans, which is a lot of fun. If you ever get down there, you have to do a swamp tour with John Royan. I've done it. It's a blast. But he was able to come home. He rushed home after work, and he is here now to set up his video and say hello to you. Can we get a hi from John Royan?
Hey guys, can everybody hear me? We got the vocals on. Good. I've got my earphones in here. It's fun to be here. Sorry, but you know, these days with all this COVID, if you can work, you work no matter what it is. So I had to go out and play with my friends out in the swamp there. But yeah, I did this video. This is I just played a solo number, and what I thought for most of the piano players, but it also can work for other instruments, is I played something. This was not preconceived. This is sort of like if I'm at the club or one of the hotels, I just sat down and played a number. And each time you do this, it kind of comes out different, unless, of course, you've got something worked up special, but this wasn't. And I thought I would do that and then talk briefly about the thought process behind what we did. And I picked "Someday You'll Be Sorry." We'll talk about this on the video. That it's a song that piano players in particular like these kind of tunes because there's a lot of chordal movement, which means it offers a lot of tools to play around with when you're playing your solo, of things that you can think of. So I'll talk about it briefly on there, and then we'll play the song, and then we're going to go back because I had to listen to it afterwards because I really wasn't sure what I did, and kind of break down a little bit of what the thought process was. And at least for my piano players, this is what a real jazz performance should be. It's not so much a recital, and as I said in the video, it's like warts and all. You know, you should try to keep things fresh when you play them, and to constantly move around and figure out new things or different things to do while you're playing. So this is what we did with this, and it's "Someday You'll Be Sorry," and I'm sure most of you will be familiar with it. You should have a lead sheet of this somewhere in your collection. So here we go. Go ahead and we'll roll that. So we're going to put this here. Hopefully you can see that, and here we go.
Great. One thing I wanted to touch upon. So John played that solo his piano sectional. So you just saw the solo part of it now, but if you watch John's piano solo or piano sectional, you will see him analyze that solo and talk all about what he did, which is fantastic. And if any of you still want to sign up for the camp or have friends that want to sign up for the camp, you can sign up for it on the. Is it on the webpage, Morgan?
Yes, sdjazzfest.org, and you can. It's $50, and you'll get access to all of the instructors' videos as well as all of their live sessions that happened over this weekend, and those will be able to be viewed at any time you want.
Great, absolutely. Okay, so this next song we're doing is "Here Comes the Hot Tamale Man," and it's one that I did pretty early on in the a cappella style, and I had asked Clint and Riley Baker to join me. I think we have Riley.
We're going to make our little cameo here. Waving. There's Riley. He's right here. Hey, all the way from the living room, all 10 feet away.
Good to see the both of you.
Good to see you guys.
So, yes, for this video, I you know, they are in a pod. I knew that they were living together safely, and I could draw on both their talents. So I think we have Riley on, well, I wouldn't say drums because it's not a drum kit. Would you say percussion? What would you say?
I think he played cymbal.
Cymbal.
I think he plays trombone and one cymbal, trombone and
right.
tuba.
Right.
I think those are all the instruments he plays on here. So,
that's right. And then Clint, we have you on trumpet.
That's
and
it, I think.
Washboard.
Oh, that's right. I played the washboard. Oh, sorry about that, folks.
And then I'm on here playing guitar, banjo. I do a vocal, and my cat has a cameo in it, so you get to.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay, just if I can jump in here for just a second, I mentioned this on we go back to the analysis of what I did on my tunes. But for those of you who've been to the camps before, and anybody that was part of my theory course, this tune, "Hot Tamale Man," is a perfect example of what we were talking about when we talked about dominant chord theory, the seventh chord leading a fifth away. This whole song is exactly that. What key are you in on I haven't heard it yet, Katie. What key are we in? E flat. That what key did you do it in?
Yes, E flat.
E flat. Okay, so it's going to go from the E flat to the D seventh. And then it's going to follow our circle of fifths that I tried to drum into everybody's head until it was ad nauseum. But the reason why is exactly what this tune does. The D leads to the G leads to the C, to the F, to the B flat, and back to the E flat. That's that whole front that whole front melody. So listen to it as it comes through.
That's perfect. So you a little music theory lesson with this one as well. And I would also like to point out, you're also going to get a stage presence lesson. All I'm going to say is watch Riley Baker's face. That's all I'm going to say. So let's get the video. Here comes the Hot Tamale Man.
watch him Charleston down the line, shouting, I got red hot. Come on, boys, you're just in time for red hot. That's what. Come on, get out your money. He needs shoesies for his honey. Here comes the hot tamale man.
Thank you so much. Now we have a little bit a shift in our presentation. We are going to say
Yes,
we're going to say our goodbyes here, and we have a very special treat for you. Dan Levenson got together with Mark Shane and Kevin Dorn, and they recorded some new content as a trio that they wanted to share with you. So there will be about 30 minutes of material made especially for you by our friend Dan Levenson. But before we get to that, we're going to say our goodbyes here. So let's start with Clint Baker.
Hey, folks, thanks so much for participating in the camp. It was a smashing success due to all of your signups and interest. Made me a little nervous personally when I did my classes today. Thanks for coming in such force. Also, thanks to Marty and Katie, Steve, Dan, Captain John, and Howard, Morgan, and Ed Adams, and all the folks who've helped make it possible. We really hope to see you all face to face in person next year. But thanks so much for making this such a rousing success. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Clint. And how about you, Howard?
Boy, this has been a real gas doing this format for the first time. Can't wait to do this live and see everybody. And who knows, one day we'll be able to give each other a big hug again like we used to. And we sure miss you all. And stay healthy, everybody. Wear your mask, socially distance, and I want to see you live next year.
Absolutely. Thanks, Howard. How about you, Dan?
Live from New York, it's Dan Levenson. I want to echo what Clint and Howard said. It was really great to virtually see all of you, and it's certainly got rid of some of those pandemic blues that I've been feeling. To see everybody, even on a computer screen, and really thanks to Katie and Morgan Day, who is sort of in the background, but he's been there this whole time, all the technical stuff, and we couldn't have done it without you, Morgan. And Katie, you're such a great host. We want to thank you, and thanks to Ed Adams, camp director, and all the instructors, and really looking forward to seeing you in person next year. Thanks to all the campers, not only for attending, but for doing your part to help us out here, helping a camp instructor in need. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, Dan. That's perfect.
I will say something about the video before you play it, though, okay? So come back to me.
I'll come back to you. That's fine. Captain John Ryan, where are you at?
Oh, live from the swamps of Louisiana. Want to say a special thanks to the people in the camp for organizing this. This is the first time I've done anything like this as well. But special thanks to all our camp attendees for helping to put this together and helping us to keep going. It's also been a great a spirit lifter, even though we're not live, to be able to play and hear each other and see each other again. I'm just like everybody else. I'm looking forward to next year when hopefully we can all meet together live and share our stories and share music together. And I really look forward to that. And I hope I'll see you then.
John, Marty Eckers. Are you?
Hello there. I had a great time this weekend. It was great to see you all and interact, even if it only over Zoom. And I learned a lot. I got to watch some of the other instructors' videos. I hope you check them all out. They're really worthwhile. And so thank you to Katie, to Morgan, Ed, all the whole team who made this all come together so well. Thank you.
Thanks, Marty. And Steve Apple, our drummer.
I'll echo everybody's thoughts about how much work Katie put into this thing to make
yeah.
to keep it running and hosting all of these Zoom things. I'm really thankful for that, and I had a great time with everybody. And it'll be 100 times much more fun next year when we're really back together again. So stay safe, stay healthy. See you then.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us live here today. We are going to transition now to Dan's special concert that he put together for you, but I'm going to let Dan set that up for you. So go ahead, Dan. Tell us about what you're about to show us.
Well, there's a whole introduction in the video, so I don't need to say much, but people keep referring to this as my trio. It's not my trio. In fact, every one of them is a band leader in their own right, and they're both great musicians. As I say in the introduction, I refer to this as my desert island trio. As I felt for years, for the 25 years we've been playing together, I felt like if I had to, go to a desert island, God forbid, which is really what I've been doing for the past year, that's all I would need is Mark Shane and Kevin Dorn. Mark lives about an hour and a half north. So Kevin and I got in my car on Monday with our masks on, and we drove up an hour and a half, and we jammed in Mark Shane's house. We didn't have anything planned when we showed up there. We just pulled some tunes out that we like to play, and Mark introduced some of them. It's a lot of Jimmy Noon. We call this round noon, and it's a tribute to Jimmy Noon, sort of, but with a lot of other stuff mixed in. So I know Mark Shane is watching right now on YouTube, and I think Kevin Dorn is, and big thanks to both you guys for swinging, your tuchuses off. This is Round Noon. Thank you very much, Katie, and I'm going to sign off now, and because I can't watch myself, but I'll try to keep an eye on the comments. Thank you. We're here at of Mark Shane, and this is Mark Shane, Kevin Dorn, and I'm Dan Levenson, and we're making a little video here for the San Diego Adult Trad Jazz Camp, which I've been a part of since I think 2014, and we're going virtual this year. So this is our virtual live concert. Normally the concert happens on Sunday as part of the Jazz Society's Sunday concert. That's the America's Finest AFCDJS Jazz Society Sunday concert, and the Jazz Camp instructors, and we're going to do a little concert for that event. Before you start, I just want to say I've referred to this as my desert island trio because I feel like I could, if I had to go and live on a desert island, these are the only guys I need. But I want to say that they're not my trio. It was referred to as my trio in some of the promotion. It's not my trio. We are all independent contractors. We all work together. We've been working together for about 25 years now. And it's always a lot of fun, and it swings, and all we care about is that it swings. So we're going to have some fun, play a bunch of tunes that nobody knows, including us. And the first one is Virginia Lee, which was recorded by Jimmy Noon and his band.
Nat Cole recorded called Homeward Bound. Ballad by Benny Carter called Lonesome Knights.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, Jimmy Noon. We all really love the music of Jimmy Noon, who was a clarinetist from New Orleans or thereabouts. Made his name in Chicago in the 1920s. First playing with Doc Cook and Freddie Keppard, and went on to have a residency with his own band at the Apex Club in Chicago on the South Side, and had the great Earl Hines on piano, and then I think the Apex Club was closed after they served alcohol to an undercover police officer, and they were shut down as prohibition. So they went over to the El Rado Club, and this next tune, written by Fred Rose, was a little. It was named after the El Rado Club. It's the El Rado Scuffle from 1930. Jimmy Noon and his band. And hang on, I have to switch instruments. I know. I'm sorry. I knew about this job days ago.
You scared me, bro.
All right. Anytime you're ready.
tune recorded by Basie with Benny Moten. Jimmy Rushing sang the lyrics to this tune. It's called "The Only Girl I Ever Loved."
Hey, Mark, before we sail into that, just because there are going to be a lot of comments on YouTube, what is he playing? Kevin and I have been playing in Central Park in weather that has gone down to the 30s, certainly in the 40s, and as we all know, wood instruments don't fare very well in cold weather. They expand and they tend to go flat. I mean, I tend to go flat anyway, but string instruments go sharp, and wood instruments and brass go flat, and it's a mess in cold weather. So this is my solution. It's a buffet. It's a B12 clarinet. It's a professional instrument, but it's made of lucite, I think, lucite plastic, transparent. You can see my condensation. We don't use the word spit going through down here, and that tends to fare better in the cold weather. So I just happened to have that in my case when we came up here and forgot to switch it out with my other Selmer. So, but it's a nice looking instrument, isn't it? Anyway, I want to thank Dick Drywitz, our friend, for bringing this to me in about 1990. I've had it a long time. All right. Shout out to Dick Drywitz. All right. The Only Girl I've Ever Loved, Benny Moten, 1932.
Good. Who did this? Who did this one?
The Day You Came Along. It was a song written by Arthur Johnston and Sam Coslow in 1933 and introduced by Bing Crosby very early in his career in a film called Too Much Harmony. And it was a jazz version of it recorded by, was it Red Allen and Coleman Hawkins and their orchestra, I think, or certainly a band that included them in the same year. And it's one of my favorite tunes, and Mark's as well, called The Day You Came Along.
I like it too.
Let's do one more. I want to thank the San Diego Adult Trad Jazz Camp for giving us the opportunity to do this. And once again, a nice virtual round of applause for Kevin Dorn on the drums.
Thanks, everyone.
Mark Shane on the piano. Great pleasure to play with these guys. And I'm Dan Levenson. And if you don't know about the San Diego Adult Trad Jazz Camp, you should Google it and check it out. It happens right around this time of year, usually the third weekend in January. It runs with an orientation on Thursday and then Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Check them out. There are also going to be videos online from the other instructors. Clint Baker, Howard Miyata, John Royan, Katie Kivera, Marty Eggers, and Steve Apple. And we want to thank especially Katie Kivera and Morgan Day for using their video and audio editing skills to put this whole thing together and make it virtual this year. So thank you all for joining us. We're going to play one more tune. And do we know what it is?
So we played Delta Bound.
One of my favorites, since we played some Jimmy Noon stuff. A song written by a great pianist and unfortunately short-lived pianist, Alex Hill, who died in 1937, I think. He wrote this song in 1934, and it was recorded by Jimmy Noon and the band Delta Bound. Thank you.